Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Tragic Life here with Final Fantasy VI. So last time we made our way through the City of Liars. Lots of hard fights. Boss was maybe simpler than it should be because I think I actually stopped him. It never told me it did, but I feel like we stopped him. We Gao cast stop without letting us know, so the boss was kind of easy. Got lost a lot. That's gonna happen, especially when I am still kind of working through the concepts of a semi-blind run. So I'm using a guide, which does give me some insight, but it doesn't. I'm reading it while I'm playing, so I haven't read ahead. And I don't do that because I'm going to get lost no matter what. If I read ahead or I play ahead, I feel like I'm not experiencing it with you. Like that's a weird. Maybe that's in my head, but that's just how I play. All right, so we found Terra. So now what? Terra? Terra? She's frightened. Who are you? This girl is your friend, I presume. Terra, is she alright? So, her name is Terra. Terra, interesting. Whoa. She just run into the wall. Her life is in no danger. She simply used a power she didn't know she had, and it overwhelmed her. Now her body won't listen to what she's telling it to do. As for myself, I am Ramu, the Esper Ramu. You're an Esper? Don't Espers live in another world? That doesn't mean there's anything stopping us from living in this one. Espers come in a variety of forms. My appearance is similar to your own, so I can live here as one of you, without fear of anyone discovering the truth. Why hide the fact that you're an Esper? Human and Espers are incompatible creatures. But my grandma told me that humans and Espers once lived side by side. Of course, that was only a bedtime story. Yeah, it was no fairy tale. That was the truth. Human and Espers used to be live together in harmony. At least until the War of the Magi. The War of the Magi? It took place long ago. Espers fought humans who had been infused with magical powers extracted from other Espers. After that meaningless war ended, the Espers fashioned a new realm to which they exiled themselves. They feared that if they remained, it would only be a matter of time before their powers were targeted again. But then one day, about 20 years ago, humans stumbled upon the entrance to that hidden realm. And they began the hunt. For Gestal, the leader of the men, knew that he could use the power extracted from us to create an invincible army. As soon as we realized what was happening, we erected a massive gate and forced the humans out. Oh, do I have to hit a button now? The other ones I didn't hit the button, it automatically did it, so that was kind of weird. Those who were captured are still held in the Empire's Magitech research facility, being drained of their powers. I narrowly escaped that same fate, and now I am here with you. Boom. Throw her in bed. She seems to have calmed down a little. I called Terra here to me when I sensed that she'd lost control. She responded to that call. So Terra's an Esper? No. She's a bit different from us. She looks like she's in pain. She's afraid of what she is, and that is a painful thing. What can we do to help her? Once she understands her true nature, the fear and doubt should subside. Is there nothing we can do? The others of my kind who are trapped in Gastal's magic tech research facility may be able to help her. And if we can get inside the facility, you're sure we'll find them? I escaped alone, abandoning my friends and hiding here like a coward. But I fear I can remain here no longer. What do you mean? Gastal's methods are mistaken. He knows only to drain an Esper's power by force, but that's not the way to unlock our potential. Only when we become Magicite can our strength be transferred in full. What are you saying? I'm going to turn myself into a Magicite so I can lend you my strength. Magicite? Magicite is an Esper's power in its purest form. When an Esper dies, Magicite is all that's left behind. But these are my companions who fell as we fled the Empire, and I will give you my power as well. Oh. Okay, things are getting interesting. So I'm assuming these are going to be like summons from Final Fantasy VII. Ooh, that's interesting. You're really gone, aren't you? He turned himself to Magicite. He gave up his life to help us. Why would you do such a thing? If our power is used for destruction, the skies will darken and life will fade from the earth. You must stop the Empire. There must not be a second War of the Magi. Alright, we got Rama. We got K-Sith. Hey! I like K-Sith. Sorry, I'm writing this down because these are basically treasures, right? We got Siren. And we got Kieran. Okay. Terra, wait for us. We'll be back for you. Alright. So, let's see. Did Locke pick these up? He did. Judgment Bolt bathes all enemies in lightning, gradually restores the party's HP, silences all enemies. Silence would have been really good against Dataluma as well, the last boss we fought, because if he can cast Siren on, which we didn't have the ability, he can't summon his teammates. Case it confuses all enemies. Cool. That's cool stuff. All right. So in order to kick off the next part, we just have to. Oh, everyone's here. I was just thinking. Let's talk on the way back. On the way down. I was asleep when they performed my infusion, so I don't know for sure. but I've heard rumors to that effect. I don't know what I missed. I suppose we must find a way to slip into the Empire. We'd best split up again. We still need to beef up our defenses in Arch. That would indeed be wise. I'll go to the Empire. I know it inside and out. But alone? Don't worry, I'll go with her. Look. Might I advise going in greater numbers? Alright, so you have to have Celeste. Which is too bad. Locke isn't great. He sucks with magic. We're coming into an area where non-defensive ignoring physicals are worthless. So yeah, he's not great. So your next best bet, you definitely want Edgar, because his machines, his tools are really good. The noise blaster is amazing, so he's definitely worth it. Now, Gao is going to be my next choice. But Gao, it is dependent on whether you put in effort. If you went and got a lot of the characters to fight with, he's good to go. If you did not, you might want to go with Sabin. Sabin is always good, but Scion is still garbage. And again, we don't want Shadow, because Shadow can just walk away. Okay. So this is going to be our party. This game really likes us to choose our own parties. Wait for us back in Narsh. Don't worry, we'll be fine. If we need to change party members, I guess we'll have to head back to Narsh. So how are we going to get there? The Empire's on the southern continent, but they've closed all the harbors and no ships are permitted to leave port. The town of Jador to the south is full of wealthy aristocrats. One of them might know a way in. Where there's a gill... Locke. Yeah. Why are you coming with me? Well, there's the rumor about a legendary treasure hidden in Impera territory and all. I thought I might have a look around. Alright. What are you? It seems you have some magicite. Want to learn more about Espers? Yes! To use an Esper, you must first equip it by selecting Espers from the ability menus. To summon the Esper in battle, select the name of the Esper by scrolling to the top of the magic command list. You can only call upon each Esper once per battle. Learning spells. When an Esper is equipped to someone, the character will learn spells over time. The set of spells each Esper teaches is different. The higher spell's acquisition rate, the faster it will be memorized. Some Espers also permanently increase an attribute like Strength, Magic, HP, or MP when the character who has them equipped gains a level. That's good stuff. So, back to choosing your party. Gao, a well-trained Gao is the strongest character in the game. Has the ability to one-shot most bad guys. He can sometimes one-shot whole formations with his magic with multi-target damage. So it's a no-brainer. Badly raised Gao sucks. So make sure you're always that he's trained up. Edgar is better than Sabin by a little bit. Sabin is decent as well. Jump is also really good. Tool, Blitz are going to beat it out. Sabin is better by far than a weak Gao. So if you have a weak Gao, go ahead and bring Sabin. And that's really it. You need a change, you don't like this party, you want to switch up, you always go back to Arbus's house in Narsh. You still won't be able to remove Locke or Celeste, so, you know, that is it. For Espers, give Celeste Rama. Oh, I'm glad Celeste should be given priority on Espers for spell learning since magic is her primary form of attack. I can only do one, so we'll go ahead. Alright, hopefully that'll work. So if you miss that ghost for whatever reason, and you go back to Narsh, there's another ghost. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to return back to Figaro Castle. Alright, give me a second. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by those guys, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pause it and we're going to go back to Figaro Castle. And we're going to find our way back to the Veldt. That's going to be the goal of this video. So give me a second. I'm going to show you how to get there, because this is a good time where we can update a couple more attacks. We can get the Anguilliform, Aspirin, Heal Gigas, Veil Dancer, and Rock Wasp. So we can actually learn those new moves, so we can, and maybe some couple that I missed. So I'll meet you back at Figaro, okay? All right, welcome back. So we're just here, okay? So let's see, from here, I remember correctly, we go down this one here. We do this. Alright, so from here, we go to Mount Colt. Up. Okay. More correctly. That was the leaf bunnies, and I don't remember what the other thing was. The very, very weak. Okay, so let's see. I feel like I'm going the right way. I think it's here. Yep, go through the South Figaro Cave. That was a gold bearer and an acropiece. That was 2 acropiece. I think it's down here. I forgot how to get through here. Alright, so the last 2 fights were 2 Cardigas and an Acropies. I think this is the exit, but I might be wrong. Alright, there's 2 more Acropies, so we learned Thunder. Celeste learned Thunder and Edgar learned Sleep. Alright, so let's see. So, cool. 50% of poison, 50% of Thundara, 50% of the cure, 50% of Libra, 40%. So that's cool. Cool. And cool. That's all good stuff. So once I'll switch them out. Okay, so we'll go here. Alright, so from here, we're going to go across. Probably get into a fight. Go up here. That was 2 Unseelies. Alright, so we want to go through Mount Colts. Meet you on the other side. How about that? Alright, we finally made our way through Mount Colts. Give me a second. We're now going to go to our hideout, which is just up here, I think. Alright, that was 2 Unseelies. Alright, so we're going through here. There shouldn't be any bad guys to fight in here. Come through here. Wait. Can I sleep for free? Yes. Cool. I went the wrong way, but that's okay. We got full life and everything. Nothing's been really challenging per se through this area. It's just a lot of little fights. We're gonna come down here. We're jumping the river, but I'm not gonna show you the whole thing because you know how this goes. Be right back. All right, welcome back. We finished the river. Wasn't really that difficult. So now we're gonna go down. That was a Moo and a Belmodar. So I do need to make this clear so there's no confusion. This is completely optional. Like, you don't have to do this. You can go to the next part of the store if you wish. That was 2 moose and something else. Alright, so hold on. Give me a second. Right back. We're trying to find our way to the Phantom Forest. I don't remember where it is. I brought you back because I have not seen this guy before. I'm going to write his name down. Aepyomis. So that's a new bad guy. I've never seen him before. Alright, so we're almost done with that. Almost done with that. Almost done with that. Alright, so I'm waiting for them to all finish so I can move that line. I was supposed to go this way. Alright, that was another one of those weird bad guys I've never seen before, and a couple, I think the leaf rabbits? I might be wrong. Nothing here is dangerous, so we go. Okay, we don't want the Dome of Castle. That was 3 stray cats. Three more stray cats. Here we go. Alright, so let's get through here. I'll meet you at the other end, okay? This is kind of a puzzle. I think you just keep taking the upper right and you'll get the exit. I forgot to unpause. So you go back to Barren Falls, you jump over the Barren, you don't fight any bosses, and you end up here. Oops, my bad. I've got a couple things to edit here, but not a major issue. I will see you next video. I've got 5 new abilities to get that weren't here last time. I'm also going to try to get 2. I think I'm going to try to get the Trillium one, which was hard to get, and the Gold Bear. Those are the 2 that I'm after. But Anguiform, you get Aqua Breath and Inherit Blind status. Aspirin, you get Gigavolt and Inherit Blind status. Heal Gigas, Magnitude 8. Veil Dancer, Blizzara, Rock Wasp, Sleep String, or Sleep. I'm going to get those off camera. I'll show you them when I get back, and then we'll move on to where we're supposed to go. But I want a stronger gal. Adios, amigos.